One of the biggest expenses for Australian expats in Singapore with children are the international school fees. So in this video, we're going to have a quick look at how they actually compare to some of Australia's top private schools. So let's dive right in. Hi there, Jarrad Brown here, Australian expat financial planner. Welcome to my video today where we're having a look at how private school fees compare in Singapore relative to Australia on a before tax basis. Because that is often the thing that gets ignored, is the actual tax rate difference between the two countries. So if we have a look at some of the more expensive schools in Australia that are obviously private, we've got schools like Knox, we've got Brisbane Grammar, Melbourne Girls Grammar. The average fees across these schools for senior school is about $40,000. They range between around $35,000 and $45,000 on an annual basis. So in this example, we'll assume about an average of $40,000. If we compare that to the international schools here in Singapore, so for example, we'll use Nexus, AIS, the Australian International School, and Tanglin Trust. The fees here range from between about $45,000 and 50,000 Singapore dollars. So for this example, we'll use 48,000 as an average. So we've got 40,000 in Australia and 48,000 in Singapore. So starting with those numbers, it sounds like Australia is considerably cheaper. Still a lot of money, mind you, but considerably cheaper nonetheless. However, what we need to factor in are the tax rates. So let's have a look at that, how these numbers actually compare when it comes to the pre-tax income we need to generate to afford these school fees between Australia and Singapore. Now, in Australia, we have a top tax rate of 47 cents in the dollar. Ridiculous, I know, and that's why there's so many Australians here in Singapore. So if we take our $40,000 and we divide that by that 47% tax rate, it means we need to earn over $75,000 before tax just to afford that school fee. Now, if you have two children going to that private school or to different private schools, then we need to earn $150,000 before tax just to cover the school fees. A little bit terrifying. Now, if we have a look at those numbers in Singapore, as we said earlier, we've got an average annual fee of $48,000 and a top tax rate of just 22%. So we take our $48,000, we divide that by the 22%, and it gives us a little over $61,000, $61.5. Considerably cheaper than the $75,000 we would need to earn in Australia. So as always, crunch your numbers, don't ignore the tax, and consider how this impacts your plans to repatriate to Australia if you are looking to do so during those school years. Thank you very much for tuning in. Drop me a note with any questions. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you tuning in and see you next time.